Welcome all the YouTube enjoyers. Stay noticed, Spam Giga Chat. LOA-ON summary. First topic, new class, Guardian Knight. It's a complete new root class, which means it's not like, subclass of like assassin or warrior or fighter. It's completely new root class. Identity makes her turn into Guardian, which has dragon wings. There are 3 skill categories: Spear, Guardian, and Dragon skills. Check the trailer in the description below for more info. It's pretty sick. Next one, epilogue of lore part 1. So after defeating Cathedral, the lore part 1 ends and we're moving to part 2. But there's one thing that we have to discover, and that's about this epilogue. Revealing everything about Cathedral and Armin. It will have the best cinematic scene and lore in the history, so even the Shift G skippers, you guys must watch, is what the director recommended. Next one. New raid, the Shadow Raid. Now after Cathedral, we're fighting against Zosma, the chaotic god, the counterpart of Regulus, his subordinates, the primal beings. The first Shadow Raid is gonna be Witch of Agni, Serka. She's a sadist who uses 10 different torture devices, BDSM enjoyer. There's actually 19 plus brutal and cruel, gory cutscenes that can't be added on YouTube trailer according to the director. Shadow Raid will be lore heavy focused with Diablo kind of dark fantasy vibe. The raid time will be shortened by a lot compared to the previous Cathedral raids. It's gonna be a 4-man raid, 2 gates, normal 1710, hard 1730, nightmare mode 1740. What is nightmare? Normal and hard mode will be generally easier than any of the Cathedral raid, he said. But if so, then people who seek for sweat is gonna be bored, right? So they added nightmare. So how's the difficulty of nightmare? It will be similar to final act hard mode difficulty. That's gonna be spicy, sure. Revive does exist, but will be shared with the party. Interesting. Lot of different mechanisms exist. For example, you can steal the boss's pattern and use it on him just like a battle item. New progression system from this raid is soft reset on gears, basically tier 5. The upgrade mat only drops on hard plus difficulty. The new gear can be honed with tier 4 mats up to 20, and if you apply the new system called Breakthrough, then you can hone up to plus 25. There wasn't, enough detail explaining about this breakthrough. I feel like they made up this word when they could have just say something, like upgrade. This soft reset upgrade is doable from 1730 since that's the hard mode level for this raid. I guess it comes down to, is it easy or is it hard to reach 1730 with the original honing and the advanced honing to plus 40? Alright, next. Quality, advanced honing, karma will get times 10 batch tapping. AI system, ability stone can be cut by AI, so you do nothing. 7-7 will be easier to get than when you do it, according to the director, but 9-7 is arguable. Interesting. Esther weapon. It can be transferred back and forth to normal weapon. Since Esther weapon becomes weaker than the normal weapon when a soft reset happens, they added this feature for the whales, so nothing to do with you guys who doesn't have Esther weapon. New story and continent called Kadarum. This is the place where Sacred base is. Twilight is one of our next enemy, okay. New Abyss dungeon called Cathedral of Horizon. Fighting against Twilight Sacria, so it's the dungeon. It's a 4-man raid again, 2 gates, it's easy, but the level is not confirmed. At least he said he will make a lot of people join as possible. Alright, next one. 6 weekly gold earning limitation stays. So remember that he talked about this on the last regular stream, that he will come up with the idea. Now the solution that he came up with is not changing it. He came up with statistics that there are so many accounts that have 6 full characters with level being under 1700. According to their simulation, if they unlimit from here, then it will cause massive inflation. So they need to hit the accounts that are rise farming rather than unlimiting the 6 weekly guild. How are they gonna hit the rise farming? Gold nerf from Echidna 1640 all the way to Act 3 hard 1700. Spam OM. This is Echidna, normal hard, Behemoth, normal, Act 1, normal and hard, Act 2, normal hard, Act 3, normal hard. Gate 1 column, and Gate 2 column, and Gate 3, and the sum. Yes, this will hit the newbies as well. If you consider the stuff that I covered for the new player friendly stuff, or something that I will cover later, I guess overall it compensates or even makes the new player better. At least for tier 3 raise, they will make it full character bound rather than nerfing it for the newbies, okay? Low tier progression alleviation. Tier 3 area becomes full silver, no more gold. Advanced only 1 to 20 gets cost nerf. Elixir and Transcendence merges into Arc passive. So TLDR, it's free. You don't have to deal with this system anymore. So technically it's removed. Good. Kenoa Fortress, be gone. Raise at 1620 plus now will give tier 4 mats as well, okay? New Gold Sync NPC introduced. You can pay gold to get level 7 gems and some bracelets that are already cut, that already have an option. The 2 combat stats can be selected. You can also use character bound gold for this feature. Character making experience improvement. You can try out all the classes before going into the preset UI. Essential guide system is added for the new players. It's like a quest. They just have to follow that. No need to look at YouTube guide. Solo mode added for Act 2 and Act 3. Raid nerf. Act 3 difficulty will be nerfed. Act 2 Gate 1 Flame Scroll can be obtained for free before the raid starts, just like the Gate 2 Ivory Tower. Interesting. So this means you will not be able to craft this from the stronghold. Act 3 Gate 2 Neutralizer item will be deleted. But then you guys might say, wait, then how do we deal with those contamination debuff? Well, I think the hint is here. The raid is getting nerfed. So I'm pretty sure they will nerf that part so that you can easily clear it even without this. Making bosses die immediately when it reaches 0 up to Act 3 raise. This is something that Koreans has been consistently complaining, and they're finally doing it. Act 4 and Kajaros will be applied after the speedrun season ends on January, okay? Guardian Raid. Flare and Pheromone will be deleted, okay? Then what about the map? Maps get deleted as well. The boss will be waiting in front of you at the start. No need to learn patterns or mech. I guess this means they're gonna make the Guardian Raid easy as possible. From 1730, which is the lore part 2, Guardian Raid, the boss will change every week. Interesting, like a rotation. And lastly, you get semi-level of the support buff even when there's no supporter when you matchmake. Next one, deleting the contents. PvP Arena, Hell content, Trial content, except for Hanumatan by the way, and Tower is getting deleted. Hanumatan it's not equalized, right? So that's why it's staying. They did say they are gonna delete all the equalized content and then re-release it as a non-equalized content, right? On the previous stream. Weekly Una will get changed. How? Okay, so they are adding something called Milestone Mission. All right, interesting. Sea content revamp. You can sail around the sea in the new map. So basically, there's gonna be a completely new rectangular map that's gonna be unlocked on the east part of the Enika, and that's where the lore part 2 will start. In that place, it looks like they're cooking a big horizontal content. Think it as a sea content itself. World boss, superior version of field boss. Once per week, he is gigantic. All right. Death Note. It's a new content where you have to find all the Twilight Cycria villains and kill them, search and destroy. Express Pass is from 1640 to 1700. Alright, so this is how the this is Arc Pass. At least you can see how Booba, the skin look, alright? And the camel, looking on her, yeah. So these are the basic rewards that you guys can get from this express. And there's something else called premium reward. For this express pass, you can pay to win. So this is like a subscription, right? He said that you can get 2 level 8 bound gem by swiping this. So we'll see how it's gonna be. Winter event. Argos in Vulcan Arena. Alright, this one I must show. This is so sick. So here he does the Argos patterns in the Vulcan Arena. That's minimized. And he does the, as you see, all the scuffed same patterns. You can fall and die like that. And it looks like this is a competition, by the way, because the director said that the person who lives at the end gets the most amount of point. And let me finalize by reviewing what Western chat thinks. Today, a lot of people watched my translation. Big thanks to you guys. YouTube had 800 plus people watching, and Twitch had 1,000 plus people watching. Together, almost 2,000. Thank you, bro. Stay eager. So from those people, I tried to narrow down the opinion of how they think, and a lot of people are thinking in this way. New players. Better than before, sure, but is it enough? And veteran, L2 mid. Now, let's see what do Western people think is the problem of this game. Too many RNG system. I agree. And I would say it's understandable to say this, especially when you guys recently got an arc grid that doesn't have any pity system, right? But once again, the director intentionally made the system this rough in order to sink vast amount of gold. That might work on KR, but I guess West is not like digesting well, right? Because they have different vibe. Next one. Taking too long to enjoy endgame as new player. I asked chat, what's the max month you think that's allowed as a new player to play the endgame? And a lot of people are saying 2 months only required to enjoy the endgame as a new player. Yeah, it looks like, a lot of people are saying, on other games, it's able to play, like, was it like World of Warcraft, I think someone said? You can play the endgame content with your friend right away. I mean, that's what I heard. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Next one, gem not being roster-wide. Alright, this one, I agree. I wish they make the gem roster-wide. And honestly, even if the price crashes, that's how we should go, bro. Do you think the gem price right now makes sense? When it's just 1 out of 11 gems that you're improving for that crazy cost. Like, this is a remnant of the director, like, glazing the whales, like, trying to keep their asset, right? Preserve their asset. Rather engraving and gem being too expensive, which leads to gatekeep. Technically, the arc grid system should counter this. That's how it exactly worked in KR, by the way. In KR, red engraving, the most expensive is 220k. Gem level 10 is 2.4 million. Very, very cheaper than, any in EU, right? And it's because of the arc grid system. I'm not sure. Like, we need to see how this arc grid on the West will impact the price of these stuff. Same raise every week. Alright, this one, like, there's something similar here, right? Guardian raid. The boss will change every week, rotational, only after, 1730. I guess they can apply this idea on the weekly raid as well, but I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but okay, I get this as complaint. Something that I looked forward to today but was not mentioned is this mercenary flex system. You can just invite only your friends and then fill up other slots with the AI mercenaries. This system already exists in Lost Ark Mobile, by the way. I guess, it's a long project, right? Alright, my overall opinion is it's mid. I felt that he tried to scrap all the stuff, even the small ones, to make LOA-ON look bigger. All those like small QOL stuff, those are something, of course it's good, but LOA-ON it's one of the biggest showcase, right? Did he really have to come up with all these like small QOL when he could have just, announced that on his regular stream or like just on the patch note? I feel like what the LOA-ON needed is the hype factor, something that we don't know at all, something that he didn't revealed. For example, it's an example, I know it's not gonna happen. Unreal Engine 5 dropping at the end of the LOA-ON. and then coming soon, like December. You know, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like as an example, something that unpredictable. Then that's gonna make people like hype like so much, right? But there was nothing like that. And rather, he put a lot of those like small stuff in one of the biggest showcase is the reason why I felt that he tried to scrap all the stuff, even the small ones, to make LOA-ON look bigger is my opinion. Alright, let me know your thoughts. Honestly, it's not dead, okay guys? Yeah, chill. The game is not dead. You can say L, but it's not dead. Let's see how all these goes to. Until the next video, stay Giga Chad. Spam 07.